Hi guys, so this is going to be my second ranting questions video, but before we get started on that, I just have a couple things I want to talk about. There will be a subscriber contest very soon. It's either going to be at 350 subscribers or 400 subscribers. It just kind of depends on how much time I have to go through my stuff, because I really want to make sure that you guys have like really nice prizes. I want to try to give away a system or like a couple of really quality titles, or all of that whatnot. I don't want to be giving away like a loose copy of Gran Turismo or anything like that. I want to make sure that you guys have stuff that's really worthwhile, because everyone definitely deserves that. I've met some awesome people on here, and I want you guys to have good quality prizes. So that will be coming. I just don't know when, but hopefully in the near future. And then another thing I wanted to talk about is I think I'm going to start doing some kind of like first impression videos, because I've had a lot of feedback on that Naughty Bear game for the PS3 that I ended up buying, and I showed it in my last video. And a lot of people have told me different things about that game or how they wanted to buy that game. So what I'm going to do is when I go home for either Thanksgiving break or Christmas break, I think I'm going to try to do like a whole thing where I'm going to give my first impression of the game, show you guys, gameplay and stuff. I don't know how good the quality is going to be because, unfortunately I still only have my iPhone, but I will definitely figure that out. And I will have a video on that and probably some other games, because I've gotten a couple games over the past few weeks that I've really wanted to play that I just, haven't gotten around to playing yet. And like Banjo-Kazooie, I might do my first impression of that. But we'll see. I don't know. It just depends on how much time I have. So, but there's going to be a lot of different things going on this channel. I will have like the pickup videos, the ranting questions. I have a ton of topics I want to talk about with that. Some gameplay stuff. I might try to do like a couple collector's tips, because I've had a lot of people ask me about that too as well. So, there's just going to be a lot of stuff going on. So, definitely stay tuned to see all of it. Hopefully, the gameplay videos will be cool. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think it's going to be something different. It's going to be something I've never done before. You guys are going to get to see how terrible I am at video games now, how my ability has just gone down the tube since I've been in college. But it will definitely be funny and interesting. I also want to try to do some gameplay stuff with my roommates, because when they play video games, it's hilarious, and when we're both playing together, it's just completely obnoxious. So I might try to throw in a couple videos with me and my roommates, just playing like Mario Kart and stuff, and it's just, we get so just ridiculous while playing them. So I will try to do a couple videos here and there with that. So definitely stay tuned, because there's gonna be a lot going on. But as far as this video is concerned, got a little off topic. I'm going to talk about the whole make an offer thing when it comes to buying video games, systems, whatnot. Personally, when someone says make an offer, I don't even want to deal with it, to be honest. Like, it just makes me mad. And it's just, the whole thing with it is, I think that it's just kind of like, how do I even describe this? It's just usually someone that wants to try to get as much money as they possibly want, which is fine, and I understand why you do it. But when it gets to the point where you're insulting people because of their offer, I just think that that's completely obnoxious. Like, if you have something that you put up for sale, I think, and this is just my opinion, and there's going to be people that don't agree with me, obviously, I think that you should put how much you want for that item, and then you give a best offer option. So say I had like a system up, and I was like, alright, system, $60, shipping included, or best offer. I think that's what you should do. I don't think that you should throw up a bunch of stuff and just say, oh, make me an offer, because it seems, as of lately, everywhere I've gone, YouTube, the Facebook groups, Craigslist, there will be stuff up, and people will just be like, make me an offer. And in a lot of cases, and the reason why I'm not a huge fan of this is because I've personally had a lot of bad experiences with it. Not all of them are bad. Sometimes I have made offers on things and it's worked out fine, but other times it's just been kind of like a really bad experience, because I think in a lot of cases, people, especially on Craigslist, use make an offer as just a means to get in fights with people. And I know I'm not the only person that has experienced this, because I've had conversations with people about it. For example, in my own life, there was this kid who I'm pretty sure was significantly younger than even I am, had a bunch of stuff up on Craigslist one time. It was like an N64, a bunch of games, a Super Nintendo, a bunch of games, all that stuff, and he's like, alright, well, make me an offer on all this. And, obviously, I'm gonna lowball, just because I want the stuff, I want it cheap, why not? If you're telling me make an offer, I'm going to offer you probably a significantly lower amount of money than what something is worth. Not in all cases, but in majority of cases, at least me personally, I do lowball. And I think I threw up like $100 for a bunch of stuff. And he was like, what? Like, that's too low. Final Fantasy VII is, because I think Final Fantasy VII was in there, is at least like a $70 game. Like, what the fuck? I'm not doing that. Like, get out of here. And he didn't even give me a chance to like counter offer. He just wanted to get in a fight with me about it. And first of all, Final Fantasy VII is not worth $70. But he wouldn't even like give me a chance to counter offer. He just wanted to use it as a means to like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to, you know, insult you and whatnot. And I've known, and this person who posts on Craigslist has done that to other people as well. And even with fair offers, he, you know, he thinks his stuff is worth more than it is, and it's just a mess. So that's one of my bad experiences. And then another thing with the whole make an offer is that people use it as like a bidding war, which, you know, is not the worst thing in the world. It's fine. I just don't really think that it's that, like, I don't know. It's just too much to deal with, in my opinion. Like, for example, there was a Craigslist ad that went up a couple weeks ago. There was, I think, 30 games or something like that, 30 NES games. And this guy was really, really eager to sell them. And he was like, just make me an offer. And I was like, all right, how about $30, like $1 per game? And he was like, that's totally fine. Like, why not? When do you want to meet? Like, we can meet as soon as possible. Now, mind you, we had already completely struck a deal. He had already told me he was going to sell me the games. We were going to meet, you know, I think we were going to meet around 1 o'clock or something like that. And so I emailed him back, and I said, okay, like, I can meet, I think, like, right now, and we can meet at CVS or whatever. And I don't hear from him for several hours. And I'm like, all right, what the hell is going on? So then he comes back at me, he goes, all right, well, I got another offer, so I think I'm just going to go ahead with that person's offer, because it was higher than, I think, $30. And that, to me, is so fucking shitty. Like, if you strike a deal with someone, and then you get a higher offer, what, like, I don't understand. Like, that's just completely shitty to do to someone. And now, if you hadn't made a deal with me and then you went with a higher offer, I guess I can understand that. But the fact that you had already struck a deal with me, and then when you got a higher offer, you went with that person, I think that that's just like really, really low class. But that's just my opinion. I'm just not a fan of the whole make an offer thing. And as of recently, I've stopped making offers entirely. I've just stopped. And I think on the Facebook groups, it's even become a problem to the point where the admins on a lot of those groups have been like, you know what, you need to post a price, and if you're not going to post a price, then your ad is just going to be taken down. And which I really like a lot, because it's just annoying to deal with, because a lot of times, like, if you don't have a price up there, it just goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and by that time there's, you know, 200 other people that are making offers, and then obviously, you know, the person who's selling is going to pick the best choice. And it's just, I don't know, it's just too much effort in my opinion. And so I've stopped doing it entirely. A lot of times there'll be posts that say make an offer, or people on here will be like, you know, make me an offer on this, and I'll be like, you know what, you give me a price that you want and I will work with you from there. And that's usually just how I go about it. What else did I want to say about this? Sorry, this is very unorganized. I kind of just start talking and whatever happens, happens. On another note though, chai tea latte from Starbucks, I would recommend trying them if you haven't tried them. It's literally like Christmas in a cup, and I get these pretty much every day after class, which is kind of obnoxious, but they're really good. So if you are like a coffee drinker or a tea drinker, I would highly recommend getting this. So totally off topic, but I just wanted to state that. So my opinion, if you're going to make an offer on something, I think personally that you should just only say that if you really don't care what you're getting for a game. Like, for example, if there's, you know, like a copy of Donkey Kong Country, or, you know, a copy of something really, really cheap, and you don't really care what you get for it, then say make an offer. But if you've got, like, the Nintendo World Championships up for sale and you say make an offer, I just think that that's really fucking shitty. I think that you should give a price and then put the best offer option. So that is my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. You know, if you guys have had any dealings with situations like this. I love hearing you guys' stories. I heard a lot of good stories about arrogant collectors on my last video. So let me know what you guys think, and have a good week.